Alright, so as you guys know, Deutsche Bank is under a lot of trouble. So I've been watching that market very closely. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so let's actually share with you, I want to share with you what I see with Deutsche Bank and what's actually going on right now with the actual chart itself. Because the chart is a graphical and physical representation of what is actually happening internally of that market. And I want to show you what I see right now, because the way we're going, we could be getting into the single digits. And once we get into the single digits, that's when all hell is going to break loose. You know, once we get into the 5s and 6s and 7s, especially like that low, that all hell is going to break loose with Deutsche Bank, because their market's just going down and down and down. You can see what's actually happening with their shares. So let me actually bring up, a long-term chart here, and I want to share with you what I see. Obviously, firstly, what you see is this chart has just been, the market got hammered all the way down to this level through here, which the Deutsche Bank. Now, if you guys don't know, Deutsche Bank has something like $75 trillion worth of derivatives right now, worth of bad debt, so on and so forth. Now, with Deutsche Bank, you know, it cannot be survived. Like, you know, JP Morgan and Lehman Brothers, all that sort of stuff. You know, the bank could actually print, the government could print enough to actually make them not go belly up. Makes sense? And the really interesting thing is, or should I say, you know, basically bail them out. But the size of the debt that Deutsche Bank is under, the governments can't print enough, because it's like $75 trillion, I think it is. Sorry, it's a huge number anyway. And you can see this massive downturn ever since this long-term trend has been down. Now, looking at the long-term trend and then the short-term trend, the shorter-term trend, you can see is actually being quite down as well too, quite significantly down. And now we're breaking down towards even more lows, and we're continuing down through this level through here. So continuing down, and you can see basically this whole year, the market has been range bound. You can see basically from these lows through here and that low through there. So the market was range bound through there. Now it's actually breaking out, and it's breaking out to the downside. And now we had a little rally up. So I actually see a lot more downside to come within Deutsche Bank. You can see this sort of square box here. Now, that's what we see there on the weekly chart. Again, it's continuing down and continuing down. It's just getting hammered. But on the daily chart, you can actually see that we're getting ready for another turn. We're getting ready for another turn. And once again, what I was saying there you can see that this whole market was just sort of compressing up into this triangle pattern through here, and it was just going sideways. And generally, guys, if you know how the markets work, if the market goes sideways for quite some time, and then we get a nice breakout, we're likely to be going in that direction for quite some time. Sideways pattern, then a breakout, and as you can see by looking at my indicators and my stochastics, we're getting ready for another turn down. And this may be the turn down into August that really sets the light up, things on fire. So you can see that this stochastics point here was that point through there. This stochastics here was that point through there. That didn't get oversold through there. That stochastics was that point through there. So you can see every time the stochastics got up and we start to get that oversold, that moved down, we've got to pull down. But remember, this was in a sideways pattern. What happens when the market starts trending down, low peaks, low troughs? And now we're getting the exact same thing where we are right now. What does that mean? So it's really interesting to see what's actually going on there. Not a lot of selling volume what's happening today, but we did get like almost a 4% drop on the downside on the actual market. Do we actually continue down from here or not? If it does continue down and we start getting into the single digits, I'm telling you what now, guys, that the S&P and the Dow Jones, I don't care what the government does, we're gonna get something just a pullback like I've never seen before. So but it may not happen, because the governments might start buying this up, or they might start funding it. They might try to keep it alive for another 6 months, or whatever the government might try to do. So who knows what's going to happen there? But if they do If the governments do start let Deutsche Bank actually drop into the single digits, then all hell is going to break loose. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course. And I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.